Today we're gonna make some rustic bread in a Dutch oven. We're gonna use all-purpose flour, that's organic all-purpose flour, water, some, you need a little bit of sugar for the yeast, and some salt. This is a low hydration rate recipe. The dough will not be too sticky. We're going to use a mixer, and because of the low hydration rate of this recipe, the dough will need to be kneaded, and we're all going to do that with a mixer and not by hand. It's going to be pretty easy and fast. You can do it by hand, and it's going to take you just a little more effort. I usually weigh everything in grams, so using the scale like this. You can buy this scale on Amazon. It's easier to, more than easier, it's actually better to weigh everything in grams. It's more precise, and I would suggest you to do that instead of using cups. Let's start with mixing some yeast, water, and a little bit of sugar. So I'm gonna weigh the yeast that I want to use. It's only going to be 4 grams of yeast. So there you go. Got a little too much in here, so removing some. Okay, here's the yeast. We're gonna put in here. We're gonna add a little half teaspoon of sugar. This will help the yeast. And we're gonna add some water. We need 370 grams or 370 milliliters of warm water. The water here is already been warmed up, so I'm going to 370 milliliters of water. There we go. So 370 milliliters of water, warm water. It's gonna go right in here. Now we're gonna let it rest for about, I'm gonna mix this a little bit, and then we're gonna let it rest for about 5 minutes. You can now start weighing the flour, which is gonna be 600 grams. I get the flour from here and weigh 600 grams. All right, 300, 433. $602. That's fine. 2 grams doesn't make any difference. And then we want to weigh the salt. We're gonna add just 7 grams of salt. One thing you don't want to do is mix the salt with the yeast, because it's going to create some problems with your yeast. It might not work properly. got the 7 grams of salt. Put it in there. You can move everything away from here. You just give it a mix. Salt, mix it with the flour. And what you do, I just start putting some of the flour in here, not all of it, but most of it already, and then start mixing at speed number 2. So it's mostly in there, so we can start mixing. Speed 2. And then I'm going to add the rest of the flour. As soon as it starts incorporating the flour with the water and everything else. After when the dough is kind of formed, then we're going to have it mixer and knead it for 10 minutes. Okay, all our flour is in. Alexa, set timer for 10 minutes.
10 minutes, starting now.
Alexa, stop. Okay, 10 minutes. Now we can, if you touch your dough, it'll be warm. So we remove it from the dough hook. You see how soft it is. It's also kind of warm, like I was saying. So remove it. See, it's not sticky. It's a little bit, but it's not sticky at all. It's very easy to remove from here. So what I'm gonna do is just put a little bit of flour in here, get the dough out, and just shape it a little bit into like because the flour helps it. So see how elastic it is. Elastic. It's very smooth. That means that it's ready. It's been knead enough, and it's warm. So you create a little. You just work it this way, just working around the, making it like a ball practically. So now that it's ready, I'm gonna put it back in here and let it rest for an hour and a half or 2. It's gonna raise in here, double in size at least. It doesn't have to raise too much, because then we have to have a second. We have to go do a second raise later. So Leave it in here with a towel. Cover it with a towel, and we'll come back in an hour and a half or two. It has been an hour and a half now, and I think it looks good. So what we're gonna do now is put some flour on the surface here, and we're gonna get this out. It should come out pretty easily, but I can actually use this dough scraper. It's gonna be easier if you don't have one. You can get one pretty inexpensive and easy, very convenient. I prefer doing this because it sticks a little bit right now, but it's still pretty elastic. I don't want to deflate completely the dough. I just want to just dump it here. There you go. And then the flour. What we're going to do is we're going to fold it like that. That stretches a little bit more the dough and the gluten, because then you're going to do the same thing that we did before. Make a little ball now like that. So turn it, and there's still some flour. I don't add too much flour, just we're gonna make the same thing that we did before. Just there's a seam at the bottom. It's gonna go again into this bowl here. It's ready. I'm gonna put a little olive oil in here so it doesn't stick. So because next time we take it out, we're gonna try not to deflate it all at all and keep the air inside as much as possible, so then we can put it in the Dutch oven that is going to go into the oven at 460 degrees. So now we put this in here and we cover it again. We let it sit for maybe another half hour or so, and it's gonna probably double inside again almost, and we're gonna put it in the oven. After half an hour, I'm gonna turn on the oven at 460, put the Dutch oven in it with the lid, and let it get to temperature 460. Then we're gonna take out the Dutch oven. We're gonna turn this into some paper that goes in the oven, and we're gonna turn it down and then use the paper to put the dough into the Dutch oven. So we'll see you back in half an hour. So we already turned on the oven and 460 degrees, so we're ready to take out the Dutch oven that is in here. So we're gonna do that, and let's go see what the dough looks like. So here's the dough. Let's see. Okay, it looks like it did what it had to do, and we are ready to roll. So now we can take out the Dutch oven. Close the oven. Okay, so I'm gonna flip this. Hopefully it's not gonna make a mess. And now I'm gonna put it in the Dutch oven. And carefully close it and put it back in the oven for 30 minutes. Then we'll come back and check after 30 minutes what it looks like. We're gonna probably have to cook it another 10 minutes uncovered. So we'll see what it looks like after 30 minutes. So half an hour has passed, and so let's check. Can you come and check here, Alex? All right, so that's after half an hour, so we're gonna leave it another 10 minutes uncovered. So now it's ready. Take it out. There we go. So I just need to remove it from here and put it on a rack that we have right there to cool off, and then in about half an hour we will cut it and taste it if I don't drop it. There we go. Time to cut a bread. Nice and crunchy outside, and it looks nice and soft inside. Please leave comments below and also questions. I hope you like your bread.